What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that sub button. Hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content that we have coming out. And with this video, we are jumping into the 10 Deaths of Wolverine, issue number 2. And if you haven't been keeping up with this line and the 10 Lives of Wolverine, go ahead, check out the link in my description, as well as the top of this video. It is going to get you completely caught up on everything that is coming out from Benjamin Percy. And what we have seen so far is Moira making a run for it. After Cypher had stayed off her execution coming at the hands of Mystique, this was only a temporary head start. And so while Mystique is out there hunting her, devoting all of her time to ensuring Moira does not live another day, we saw an egg emerge in the middle of Krakoa. And from this egg, we saw Wolverine. And it appears that he is also on the hunt for Moira. Be sure to buy the comic, support the industry, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this issue, we're picking up with Moira in Oklahoma, trying to stay on the down low. She has changed her hair color, she has changed her whole look, and now she is simply trying to survive. And this survival is going to come at the hands of being a criminal, robbing this gas station, taking everything she needs. Getting a burner phone, she makes a call out to Jane Foster, also known as Valkyrie, because Moira had originally gone to her trying to get some kind of diagnosis, finding out that she has cancer. This cancer is going to eventually kill her, but the unique thing about her cancer, it has fluorinic properties, which means it's possible that the people on Krakoa are the ones that gave it to her. But with her thanking Jane, she ditches the phone out the window and she goes back into hiding. And so with Moira on the run, we are picking up in the Gulf of Mexico, and we have some regular Joes out here just fishing on the ocean. And when one of the fishermen begin to catch something, he starts reeling it in. With him reeling in this ginormous shark, as it begins to surface, they see that it has wounds. These wounds inflicted by what looks like a claw. And it doesn't take long for Wolverine to board their ship. And this is the Wolverine that had hatched in the middle of Krakoa. And with him grabbing each one of them and throwing them all overboard, he has commandeered this ship. And if you guys are still a little bit confused on who this Wolverine is, don't worry about that. As we get further into the story, we're going to dive into exactly where this Wolverine had come from. But first, we have to jump over to New Mexico, and this is where Moira is currently hiding out. And now that she is alone and has nothing but time on her hands, she sits here and contemplates how this whole situation, it was never supposed to go like this. Because her and Charles Xavier, they came up with this dream together. It is something that they both wanted, and now she is on the run, and she doesn't even know if Charles is paying attention to her existence any longer. All she knows is that Mystique is on the hunt for her. Believing that the X-Men have turned their backs on her, she has nowhere else to go. But as she sits here in her contemplation, she begins to realize that Mystique was able to find her, and she believes that she is being tracked. And there is only one explanation on how that is possible. That explanation is the arm that she had gotten. And so while she prepares to do the insane, we have someone showing up at the hotel, showing up trying to find out the location of where Moira is. But this individual is the one and only Mystique. Hiding behind a disguise, she has come to track down Moira and end her life. Meanwhile, Moira is sitting in a bath of iodine, and she is preparing to cut her own arm off. The arm that she was given right before she escaped Krakoa, because she knows this is how they are keeping tabs on her. This is how they are tracking her. And so cutting that arm off, taking an iron, and cauterizing the wound, we see how truly tough Moira is. And it doesn't take long for Mystique to make her way into this room, making the hotel clerk bleed out just to get this information. She kicks down the door, guns blazing, shooting at the bed, going over to check it out, only to find an arm and nothing but bloodstains. But she also left a parting gift. That gift is a bomb sitting underneath the bed. And with Mystique now in this room, we see a giant explosion. And with Destiny back on Krakoa, she had warned Mystique that this was a possibility, believing that Mystique could just outdo all of the odds, that she could change the future, that nothing was really set in stone. This is a "I told you so" moment for Destiny. But on the horizon, she senses something that may help them out. A man in black, what she refers to as death itself. That death being the Wolverine that had hatched in the middle of Krakoa. And this is when we are taken to the armory. Right now, Professor X, Jean Grey, and Forge are trying to figure out what this egg is. And while Forge is still currently trying to figure out exactly what is going on here, and by all appearances, this thing has been on Krakoa for a very long time. And though it is Krakoan, it has been here much longer than anyone has ever imagined. Because this egg itself, while it is Krakoan, it is 1,000 years older than Krakoa, saying that it doesn't belong here, and it appears it came from out of time. And so this is only leading to one conclusion. This is the Phalanx. With them picking up a broadcast that is saying "We are the Phalanx" over and over and over again. And this all is going to make sense if we go back to the power of X, because it was revealed in Moira's 6th life that she had survived thousands of years into the future. And in this time, she and Logan were among the few mutant survivors of this timeline. And with mutants dying off, humans had used genetic engineering to evolve themselves into what they called the post-humans. And they had one singular goal in mind: become one with the Phalanx and ascend. With Wolverine killing Moira before the world had been assimilated, there is a possibility that upon her death, the world, including Wolverine, had been assimilated. They had all ascended. And while Moira, she definitely has the ability to reset timelines with her death, these guys live outside of time and space. So it is very possible that when Moira died, they were not affected. And so what we can surmise from this information is that Wolverine more than likely ascended, and with his ascension, this egg was planted there, waiting for the day to hatch. And by all appearances, this Wolverine is going after Moira. And while it may look like he is going in to try and kill her, it could very easily be that he is here to protect her. And this is where Wolverine, he shows up at the hotel. With this place on fire, cops everywhere, Wolverine, he walks directly into the flames. The police officers, they're not knowing what to do about this situation, asking each other, maybe we should stop him, maybe we shouldn't. The guy just walked into fire. He walked into a burning building. Do we really want to go bug him? But as he makes his way into this hotel room, he finds the skeleton of Mystique. He finds the arm left behind by Moira, and with her not being here, he goes out to continue his hunt. The police officers, they do what they can to try and stop him, but that was a huge mistake on their part, because this only backfires, and he takes these guys down. With Wolverine going over and stealing a police cruiser up on the ridgeline, this is where we have Moira with her sniper rifle keeping tabs on everything going on. And for Moira, she has lived and died and lived again. And over and over and over again, it is always the same conclusion. Mutant kind always meets their end. And this time, they wanted something different. With them getting their wish, and her seeing the future, she never thought that it would come this quickly. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. You know, when I first started these lines, I really wasn't knowing what to expect. I have been enjoying the solo Wolverine line that's been going on, as well as X-Force. But jumping into these, I didn't really know what to expect. It's nice that with this issue and this specific series, we are getting the chase down of Moira. This is really more of a continuation of Inferno. But by that last page, it really seems like Moira saw all of this coming. And while she is on the run, what we might surmise from this is she knew that all of this was inevitable, that these are the trials and tribulations that she has to face no matter what. But not only are they having to worry about Moira now, there is a Wolverine out there that is from the freaking future. And if he did ascend, he has become one with the Hive, which means the Hive has sent him back in time more or less, with one goal in mind. That goal is to hunt down Moira. Now, it may be to kill her, it may be to save her life. It's definitely gonna be interesting to see how the 10 Deaths of Wolverine comes to its conclusion. And I am gonna say the 10 Deaths of Wolverine has been far more enjoyable than the 10 Lives of Wolverine. While I enjoy the time hopping of the 10 Lives of Wolverine, I was really hoping that we got more Inferno, and that's exactly what we are getting from the 10 Deaths of Wolverine. But this only goes to say what I have been saying for so long now, is that the X-Men, their time is coming. It is only a matter of time before one of the obstacles of the numerous issues out there is gonna bring their mutant nation down to its knees. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you have not yet, please do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out, and until the next breakdown.